Once upon a time, in Hollywood, there was a magical assault rifle which yielded unlimited power. In the hands of an evil man, it will bring complete chaos and destruction. In the hands of a knight, it will bring peace and happiness to the land through superior firepower. Scratch that. Hollywood gets it generally wrong about assault rifles. Most movies, not all of them, generally don't care about what assault rifles can do or cannot do. It's just a show, and what matters is to make it look cool. Movies like to show assault rifle as unlimited weapons of mass destruction, spreading complete devastation with unlimited ammo, no recoil, easy handling, and heavenly precision. Well, the reality is different. Who would think that Hollywood would make things up? By the way, the term assault rifle itself is incorrect. We will discuss that later in the video. Heroic accuracy. Don't worry about practice or skills. When you pick up an AR in a movie, something magic happens. Like Thor picking up his hammer, or Green Lantern picking up, well, it's Green Lantern.
Oh, green!
Or Bilbo picking up the one ring that will rule them all. You are immediately granted superpowers. Characters will perform incredible feats of marksmanship all while under stress or in acrobatic positions and while keeping their toenails. In reality, a lot of skills is required to do those shots. And even then, accuracy will be affected by stress and movement. Not everybody can be John Wick.
He had a glimpse of the other side, and he embraced it. Would you sing your gun to him?
Also, Keanu Reeves is pretty good at gun handling. Absurd visual effects. In movies, a single shot will throw you backwards against a wall. A few shots will mow down swaths of enemies and obstacles. In a blink, you'll be cutting down trees, doors, walls with ease. In reality, bullets will not propel you in the air. Gun rounds are not SpaceX rockets. Also, ARs are not flamethrowers. Forget the massive sparks and flames coming from the muzzle. In reality, sparks are much smaller and can usually be mitigated with flash hiders or suppressors. You all know how much I love suppressors. Heavenly precision and a magic shield. Magic rifles will automatically adjust for ballistics. As you are not Iron Man,
Let's kick his ass.
you will need to adjust for ballistics. Even with ARs, the impact and the trajectory will vary over distances. For example, assuming 100 yards zero, your impacts will be higher by 1 or 2 inches at 25 yards. At 300 yards, your impacts will be lower by about 30 inches. As to cover and protection, in Hollywood, you will be safe and protected by a couch, a table, a door, or even a paper towel. For one of our other videos, we tested a common AR caliber, the 5.56, and we shot it at different common construction materials. We saw that round flying through 25 layers of gravel, or 25 layers of plywood, or even more surprising, multiple layers of 2x2. Unsafe and unrealistic gun handling. Loading and reloading are effortless in movies. if they even bother with it. There are also no malfunctions. In reality, ARs sometimes will jam or have a misfeed. Addressing those safely will require practice and skills. Hey, I'm still trying to reload and press check electronic. Thinking about safety. In movies, very often the characters will move around with their finger on the trigger. In reality, any audio, visual, or physical surprise would get them to press that trigger and obliterate whatever is in front of them. I guess it does not matter if you obliterate a minor character as they are expendable.
No, not important.
And to look cool, don't worry about pointing your gun to non-targets and rack the slide all the time. What could go wrong? We are now moving on to the biggest Hollywood cover-up of them all. The myth. The legend. Let's get one thing clear. There is really not such a thing as an assault rifle. The term AR comes from Armalite, a gun manufacturer who created the Armalite Model 15, thus the term AR-15. The AR-15, developed by Eugene Stoner, became the grandfather of all civilian modern sporting rifles. From then, it was licensed to Colt, another manufacturer, who made it into the M16 for the military with full auto capability. The term assault rifle came later from gun-grabbing media or politicians morphing the term AR from Armalite into assault rifles. All this because it sounded so much more scary. Whoa. Moving on to other Hollywood, let's call them fantasies. Unlimited ammo, no reloading, no problemo. Hollywood shows assault rifles at spewing hundreds of thousands of rounds. This allows the characters to shoot endlessly without having to bother to reload. Ever. In reality, most magazines for ARs will be 20 or 30 rounds, unless you live in an anti-gun state where it's going to be limited to 10 rounds. If that's the case, unfortunately, you should move to a red state.
I'm definitely moving to Canada.
Or, alternatively, you maybe should consider carrying 2 ARs, one in each hand, each of them with a 10-round magazine. In most movies, the character will grab a gun without worrying about picking up extra magazines or ammunition. It doesn't matter because their guns are magical. In reality, you will need to reload all the time and carry a lot of extra ammo, especially in an extended gunfight. Full automatic mode. Let it rip. Suddenly, the AR blossoms into a machine gun. Hollywood prefers showing the full auto mode, spewing unlimited fire like a dragon. In that mode, you press the trigger, and as long as you press the trigger, the gun will fire again and again forever and ever. Side note, ARs for the civilian market only have semi-auto mode, no full auto. The full autos are for the military versions. Civilian models are semi-auto, which means you have to press the trigger and release and press again every time you want to fire a round. Full auto looks really cool, but in reality, it's mostly helpful for suppressing fire to get the other side to duck and cover. Full ammo comes with a high rate of ammo consumption. At an average rate of, let's say, 600 rounds per minute, a 30-round magazine will be gone in 3 seconds. The good news is this is Hollywood, so don't worry, the magazine will self-refill. Also, full auto is not that precise as you get a lot of recoil from multiple detonations back to back to back to back, with each detonation compounding the effect on each other. No recoil, easy and smooth. In movies, characters who can fire with no or very limited recoil. This allows them to shoot with one hand while doing acrobatics and having their fingers in their nose. Sometimes they even shoot 2 ARs at a time, one in each hand. And even worse, sometimes one AR is pointed as one target and the other AR is pointed as the other one. How do they do that?
Don't be ridiculous.
In reality, ARs will produce some recoil, which will affect your control on the gun and the accuracy. It will require training to manage it. It gets worse in full auto mode, because then you're getting multiple recoils back to back to back to back, which will compound in each other and affect your control and your aim. Semi-auto leads to more control and precision, as you only have to do with one recoil at a time. Anyhow, it's just a movie. ARs are great tools for hunting or self-defense. They are also a lot of fun to shoot. American Pies, country music.
Alexa, play something slow on the country music station.
Okay, here's what I have for extreme constipation. To help relieve constipation.
Unless you have a southern accent.
Fireworks, muscle cars, and AR-15s. What a great country to live in. Enjoy the movies. Just keep in mind that ARs are not like Thor's hammer or the one ring that will rule them all. They will not destroy magically everything that you want at the click of a finger. They will not make you a superhero. At best, you can try to be Batman or John Wick. No superpowers, but a lot of training and skills.